We are ringing in the new year at a dirt track racing bull ring. It's the dirt track at Charlotte. And after weeks of spending time with the family in the season of giving, it's time to give back. This is area's annual charity race benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The goal is set at the previous donation record, $1,305. And while drivers have donated to be a part of this event, we need your help to break the previous record in donations this year. Welcome to SimTV. I'm Kyle Heyer, joined by Hunter Sleppy, and it's time to get down and dirty into Charlotte Clay in the 2023 area's Drive for Dreams. Hi, everybody. Welcome to SimTV, and while it might be 2024 now, this is the once annual Drive for Dreams. And Hunter, welcome aboard. Charlotte Dirt Track with a heat race style structure tonight, racing the Pro Dirt late models. This ought to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm ready for it. This is the first time area has been to the dirt track in Charlotte, and that they've used the Pro Dirt late models. We've done this in the past at USA with street stock, USA street stocks, but never before have we taken the Pro late model tour. Haven't gone through here or the Charlotte dirt track yet, so it's going to be a first for all of us here at area.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And tonight, of course, we mentioned that there's that heat-style format, 5 heats each with their own respective sponsors here tonight. So many people have come on board to help make this a success. We'll talk more about them later, but we've got plenty of them. This also pays to win, $70 to the winner of the feature, $20 to second, and $10 to third. But I imagine some of them will donate that to the cause. At the top of the screen, you can see that the raised versus the goal, $1,117 versus $1,305. That's the how much is raised, how much the goal is. You can see the top donation, AJ Roderick, there in the top right of the screen. And any live donations will pop up there on the screen as well. Let's head down to the racetrack, though, and get qualifying up underway here in just a moment. As cars take to the racetrack, this will set them in their respective heats here, Hunter. So, as always, heat racing on dirt tracks is pretty wild, and a lot of familiar faces here tonight.
A lot of familiar faces, some new faces here that are familiar with the dirt scene, but not to area. But yeah, these guys are going to get settled in. There's Senesac in the 09, and yeah, we're going to have 8 laps for these heat races. Should be about 5 of them, and we'll see which one can come out on top as Senesac looks to complete his lap.
Yeah, Bryce Senesac makes his way around the track at the moment. Again, we're here at the Charlotte Dirt Oval, very tiny racetrack. And it means that we got pretty quick laps, under 15 seconds, in which case for Jake Nichols, who's at the top of the board right now. And some names that are familiar and some names that are not. We've got another new face, Reed Gary, here tonight in the 264. He's waiting to get his Ford off the pit lane to go for a qualifying lap. Steve Durham is here tonight. Steve Stefanski and some others. We've seen the names before, but maybe not week in and week out. Anthony Roselli, Michael Blessing, a couple other new names and faces in this show. Here's Steve Durham up over the start-finish line, and he'll come around at a 15.053. That's good enough for 15th place.
Yeah, not too far. Actually, just a few spots shy of the top 10. Actually, 2, I should say. It was Rafe Slate, the winner from the second dirt. Sorry, I'm trying to get back in the rhythm here. We've been gone for 2 weeks, and it feels like we're having to start from scratch.
It's all brand new, it feels like, in 2024. Bobby Tinch just donated $100, and we are just about $80 away from smashing that previous record. So thanks to Bobby Tinch for participating in the donations for the 2023 Drive for Dreams. And Hunter, you alluded to it. It's been a long time, 3 weeks about since we last streamed it. It just feels like
2 to 3 weeks.
It just feels like a long time.
Yeah, it feels like a long time indeed. So this is a good way for some of these guys to get back in the rhythm, although it's not on the paved oval, the mile and a half, the short tracks, super speedways that we're used to seeing. JT Poole there trying to get back to speed, and he's ripping that top line. You're going to see these guys want to rip that top, get all the way up on there. That's going to be the way to make moves around, or just to keep your momentum rolling. You can set it, obviously, on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to do a slide job, or as I like to call it, a Louisiana dive bomb. But that top is where we're going to see most of the drivers run tonight.
It just requires so much precision, right, to be able to run that without getting up into the wall like you see JT do there. Jordan LaFawn in the 144 just ran top 10 ninth quick, in fact. And Alan Elwood looks like he's about to roll out onto the racetrack. He's one of the drivers we've got on camera tonight, so he's going to go out and do his lap. And we talked about precision. Watch how precise he's got to be to go quick around here. A little bit of a sighting lap here for the first half. Throws it into 3 and 4. Gets right up on that outside wall, right up onto the cushion, and he'll start his qualifying lap.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to try and Larson lining it, although he's going to take the safe approach on the bottom, just try to get the car up to speed, get in a good rhythm. And then 3 and 4 are going to go back to the bottom, start to work his way from the middle, going to go back up to the outside in turn 4 for a nice run on the exit.
Into turn 1, throws it in there, right down to the bottom, almost clips that tire bundle there at the very end inside of the racetrack, up to the outside again, off into 3. Really feeding on the bottom of the racetrack here. Let's see what Elwood's got. 15.25 the first time around, 15.097 second time around. Going to be good enough. Well, he tapped the wall, so it will cancel that lap. He will start at the tail of the field.
Yeah, a little over 2 minutes in, and the only previous race winner from the area charity event is Rafe Slane in the 14th spot, as I like to say. He won the second one. The winner of the inaugural one was Trent Ivey in a close battle there with Chris Ferguson in the end of that one. But Rafe Slane just dominated in season 2, well, the second charity event for area. Gonna be interesting to see who wins the third one, because currently Jake Nichols at the top. It feels like that maybe he could pull it off, and just think back to that video game, Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine. More like Jake Nichols, Anything with an Engine. Where is this guy not quick at?
He's quick everywhere. And you just brought up a very old childhood memory of that game, and all the times I saw that out on the TV. Wanted to play it. I don't know if it was ever a good game. Doesn't seem like it was, but who knows? It wasn't Dirt to Daytona, that's for sure. Or NASCAR Racing 2003 season, which breathed life into iRacing and into the sim we've got today. Qualifying complete, 29 entries, Hunter. That's a big field. I think one of the biggest on record in this annual event.
Oh, without a doubt there is, and we're going to split them up into some heat races here. I think we're going to have 4 at the very least, maybe 5, because it looks like we have 8 for the first one.
Yeah, it should be 8 drivers here. Only 4 are going to advance in this one, though, so you have to make your way forward. And if we do get a consolation race, I think we'll skip that. But if we do get a consolation, only 1 would transfer from that into the main event. So, with qualifying out of the way, and it's time to go racing here momentarily, we'll get a couple of laps to pace things out before we turn them loose. This first heat race is brought to you by SimWrapMarket.com. Of course, SimWrap Market works with us week in and week out to provide our replay coverage, as they will tonight. SimWrap Market is your Heat 1 partner. Of course, we've got great support from all of the typical partners and people that make things happen here. Also, Florida State Builders is on board here this evening as well. And we'll return to Florida State Builders Pro Series action in the coming weeks as we trudge towards our championship and the playoffs.
Yeah, going to be a blast to get back in the swing of things for the Cup Series, Truck Series, and the Florida State Builders Pro Series for area, where you'll see guys like Jake Nichols return to the front, Ed Robertson as well, and then Jordan Martin as well also mixing it in. Not to mention, it's another Jordan alongside him. So we got 2 Jordans in the second round.
If you'd like to donate and participate, you can scan that QR code, or if you're on YouTube, I posted the link in the chat. I'm sure someone's doing something similar on Twitch for you. Twitch.tv/area iRacing. Pace truck peels off. We are within about $80 of the goal, so be sure to scan that QR code as we roll through for the SimWrap Market Heat 1 in the area Drive for Dreams. Jake Nichols on the pole alongside Robertson, Lafon, Martin, Senesac, Coop, Hearn, and Nowicki. Top 4 advance to the feature. Green flag here at Charlotte. Rewind to the middle already. Look at the 64 through the middle.
Yeah, Nichols had that big send in on the bottom, and now Robertson's going to get into him, and they're all over the place in turn 4. A couple cars on the wall. Jordan Martin, Jake Nichols as well. And right there for that 3rd spot. Carter Coop on the bottom, Robertson in 3rd, but right behind in 5th is Cameron Hearn trying to make the charge.
Yeah, somehow Jordan Lafon ended up in front. Jake Nichols back to 6th. So while he qualified well, he's having trouble keeping the car up there. Here comes Senesac on the outside there of Carter Coop in the 52. And then just behind Cameron Hearn in the 4. But Jordan Lafon is far and away the quickest car right now. 0.8 of a second out in front. 6 laps to go now, make it 5.
Yeah, he's in the best spot on the track right now. It's almost 3 wide for that 3rd spot. And again, only 4 make it. So if you're 5th like Cameron Hearn, you got to make something happen. And there's Jake Nichols. Really needs to make something happen. Start on the pole, falling all the way back to 6th, and trying to eye up a run here in the closing stages of this heat.
Yeah, I imagine the early moments of the race are going to be your biggest maneuverability moments. I think as the race goes on, you're going to lose track position to make it harder and harder to go. taking a swipe there at Cameron Hearn in the 4. And Coop still working over Senesac. Robertson has made some inroads on Jordan Lafon, but he's going to need more than that.
Yeah, going to have to get a little more to get back up there. But where he's running at right now, second, not too shabby. Got a couple of insurance spots in case he loses 1 to Senesac or 2 to Coop. Still some time left for Hearn and Nichols to make a charge at the top 4.
And 4th place right now is Carter Coop. Cameron Hearn is the driver trying to fight his way in. And that's the spot he needs, that purple and white car just off the right corner of the screen there. 2 laps to go. And coming to the white, here we are. Final lap here. Cameron Hearn throws it to the bottom. He needs a spot to transfer immediately into the feature.
Going to try and send it in on the bottom. Not going to be enough. Carter Coop's going to hold on, but up front, Jordan Lafon wins. Robertson, Senesac, and Coop advance to the main event.
And as quickly as he went to the top of the board, Jake Nichols is out. Wow. That was not what we expected, I don't think, for Jake Nichols, Hunter, especially based on his qualifying pace being so incredibly good. But he got jumped on the start. I wonder if we'll see something similar here at heat number 2. They're going to go quick. Heat 2 is brought to you by Florida Estate Builders. Of course, they've been a big partner of the area series over the years. This is the Florida Estate Builders heat number 2. Tyson Banks, Michael Blessing, Jake Matheson, Rafe Slate, Reed Gary, Dawson Miller, and Hunter McDougall. McDougall?
I'll call it McDougall.
All right, they will be our
that's
next.
what I call. That's why I call Michael McDowell sometimes. Michael McDougall.
They will be our next competitors as we roll through onto our pace laps. These are going to be rapid fire heats here. The feature is 50 laps. This is a pretty short race, even the feature is. So caution laps do not count, by the way. So if we were to get a yellow, we would pause the race. Once again, if you'd like to donate, see your name pop up on the screen, scan that QR code. All the proceeds benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation and areas Drive for Dreams. Tyson Banks in the 747 car, another name that you don't see with a lot of frequency.
Same thing with Reed Gary and, like you said earlier, Hunter McDougall.
Yeah. Nice looking paint schemes on some of these cars as well. Dawson Miller's got Flintstone Flyer on the number 11 on the outside. And time to go racing. The Heat 2 presented by Florida Estate Builders is underway here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. Michael Blessing in the 0-1 on the outside. Here comes Jake Matheson in the 56 on the bottom. He wants a spot.
Side by side into 3. Matheson on the bottom. Going to try and roll through and clear. There comes Rafe Slate going to try and take 3rd away, but a crossover move to the inside of turn 1.
Here comes Michael Blessing with a nice run on the bottom here. Can he clear Jake Matheson? That's going to be tough. Behind him for 5th place, Reed Gary and Dawson Miller are trading spots, but this is all outside of the transfer position that Rafe Slate has for now. Still side by side for 2nd as Tyson Banks tries to drive away out front.
Blessing on the bottom, Matheson on the outside. Been on a tear lately in the area series, all 3 of them, to be a matter of fact. So running 2nd here, pretty good, strong showing. Blessing on the bottom, going to try and move to the outside now and run the tire tracks of Matheson. But behind him, Rafe Slate still holds that final position as we're crossing the stripe, coming to 4 to go.
Yeah, is Rafe going to get aggressive here and try to get one more spot, or will he be satisfied just to transfer in? I think you're going to be satisfied with what she can get. It seems like passing is a bit tricky here. The track is, pretty still grippy everywhere. It hasn't slicked off just yet. And as it slicks off, I'd expect one line to be better than the others, but it also will force you to have to experiment to get around everywhere. Right now, everyone's just kind of picking that middle fast groove and going nowhere.
It's going to change as the night rolls on. We're going to get under the lights here, and there you see Dawson Miller running in 6th, trying to stay in front of Hunter McDougall. Going to try and slide in front of him. McDougall got to check up, so spot gain for Miller, but he's got to gain a couple more in just 2 laps.
Tyson Banks into turn 3. Coming back around to pick up the white flag and leave 1 lap to go here in heat number 2. That's how fast things go. There's Rafe Slate, pretty in control of this as far as transfers go. And just like that, in the Drive for Dreams race, Heat 2, presented by Florida Estate Builders, is complete. Tyson Banks wins Heat 2. Transfers on Matheson, Blessing, and Rafe Slate. With the next to transfer out, Gary Miller McDougall. Just like that.
They're gonna go to the last chance qualifier feature, so Jake Nichols will be there as well, but the names are going to continue to pile up for those on the outside looking in. And there is, I believe, one of our next competitors in the third heat, JT Poole there. He looks excited and ready to go.
JT always looks excited and ready to go. There he is. Getting ready. He will start on pole for heat number 3, presented by Brad Slaughter Jr., who is in this race conveniently. And I don't know what, Eric Wineland is not in this race, but they're doing some.
I think they're doing how they show the number 3. We've got different 3s for everyone.
Travis Beckner also not in this race. I guess they're holding up because they're in heat 3. Is that the?
They're doing it for Dale. You know what? I'm doing it too.
Heat 3 presented by Brad Slaughter Jr. JT Poole, Springer, Nico Garcia, Brad Slaughter Jr. are the transfer cars, at least for the moment. Ricky Springer didn't get the memo, but he's got the headset on, so we'll give him a pass.
Name not familiar with the area. Steven Stefanski gonna have to race his way inside the top 4, and there you see Springer, and there you see Kyle holding up 3 fingers. I'm holding up 3 as well.
All right, cars peeling off. JT Poole, Ricky Springer on your front row in the Drive for Dreams. If you'd like to donate, again, scan that QR code and benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Let's get to that goal. Green flag, and JT Poole launches. He's away. Nice livery on the 8 as well. Whoa, big slide there for the 41 and Nico Garcia to the bottom. Just darts to the inside and slides up the hill. He's going to lose some speed, and around he goes.
But he's around. Nico Garcia hangs onto it. The yellow does not come out, but that's going to put him in a rough spot to try and make it in to the main event. Now up for the lead. Springer on the outside, Poole in control on the bottom, Slaughter on the bottom as well, and then Steven Stefanski holds that 4th spot.
Ricky Springer on the outside. Look at how much counter steer he's got, trying to get to the lead, building the run on the back straightaway here over JT Poole. Throws it into turn 3. Look how aggressive he is with that car.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stefanski's moved up to 3rd, so Slaughter now down to 4th in that final transfer spot. Steve Durham about a second back. Lap number 3 for JT Poole, and he's got 3 fingers in the air, 1 wheel in it for Dale.
He's
coming to go.
With one hand. But can he win the race on one hand? That's the ultimate question.
I actually didn't know he was doing that on one hand. That's pretty impressive, but he's built a comfortable gap out, half a second between him and Springer, and then Stefanski and Slaughter are duking it out for 3rd with, again, 5th place Steve Durham about 2nd behind Slaughter.
Yeah, they're both transferred in at the moment. Durham, Garcia, and Roderick would be out. Roderick was out on the open 3 laps into this 6 laps that we've completed so far. 2 to go this time through in Heat 3, presented by Brad Slaughter Jr.
AJ Roderick out of the race, so him, Garcia, and for the moment, Steve Durham looks like they'll have to rely on the last chance qualifier to try and make it in. We're coming to the white flag.
One more lap for JT Poole, and Stefanski under fire from the race which bears the name Brad Slaughter Jr.
Whoa, almost lost it there off turn 2, but coming through 3 and 4, a Louisiana dive bomb from Springer, not going to be enough. JT Poole wins heat race number 3, presented by Brad Slaughter Jr., who holds the final transfer spot.
Ricky Springer, 2nd place. Steve Stefanski, 3rd. Brad Slaughter Jr., 4th. He transfers in. Durham, Garcia, Roderick are out. Heat 4, conveniently, is presented by Roderick Racing Development. And the next list of drivers will join the racetrack: Connor Okrasic, Travis Beckner, Anthony Roselli, Jacob Bell, Ryan Swan, Richard Thomas, and Alan Elwood. We've got Travis Beckner on camera again tonight. I believe we've also got Alan Elwoods on board. So we can skip around and show you some other perspectives here this evening. And cars are rolling for Heat 4. It's amazing how quick this has gone. And again, this feature is only 50 laps.
Yeah, it's like an adrenaline rush here doing these heats. I can only imagine what the main event's going to be like. And we still have a last chance qualifier for those that have not raced their way in through any of the heats so far. And going to be looking out for Ryan Swan. He is a big fan of dirt racing and loves the dirt track at Charlotte. So going to be interesting to see if he can make that climb, as he's had some internet issues throughout the night. Going to be interesting if he can make the climb inside the top 4.
Yeah, it should be interesting to watch. You mentioned the chaos. The longtime Grid Life iRacers event format was a couple of 10-minute heats with how many drivers was it? 30 drivers in each heat. The top 15 advanced, then the bottom 15 would go into a 30-driver LCQ, of which 10 would advance, and then we would have a 20-minute feature. So that was frantic. 6, 7, 8 cars, easy. 10-minute races with 30, 40 cars, not so much. But racing on dirt, we don't get to do it a lot here on SimTV. Let's do it tonight. Heat 4 rather. Roderick Racing Development brings you underway. 8 laps to go. Okrezik leads out of turn 2. Look at Beckner throttling up down the back straightaway.
Strong run for Beckner, going to keep it on the outside. Jacob Bell, Richard Thomas all on the outside with Alan Elwood. Beckner trying to get a nose in front, side by side for the lead in the 1. Beckner going to roll that top as Okrezik tries to slide up.
Sticks the right rear in the cushion, throttles up out of turn 2. The 77's around. Jacob Bell's in the dirt, and Beckner goes to the lead.
Beckner slides it in, clears Okrezik, and we got a car in the wall back there. That's Alan Elwood. Looks like Ryan the wall in 3 and 4. Gonna have to keep it rolling. Him and Richard Thomas on the outside. Ryan Swan blinking in and out, holds on to that 4th spot.
He has moved into a transfer position. Richard Thomas is trying to take it away on the outside here, though. Roselli's in the fence in front of him.
Yeah, Roselli in a tough spot here with that 20 blinking in and out. Not really sure what he's gonna have to do about that. But Richard Thomas, even more upsetting for him, because now he's to the inside of Swan, trying to take 4th away. Looks like he's got that. That's got to be difficult for him and Elwood, trying to navigate around a blinking 20.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Swan's internet tonight, but it's not going well. And Richard Thomas will take the transfer spot away, but it's not over just yet. Out front, Beckner leads by 7/10, so Okrezik 2nd. Then it's Roselli 3rd, Thomas 4th. But this is the battle we're watching. Elwood now in front of Swan. They're going to touch.
And they collided there on the exit of turn 2 through 3 and 4. Going to be perfect for Alan Elwood. Takes over that 5th spot. Swan down to 6. Jacob Bell out of the race with 2 laps remaining.
Yeah, he was looped around fairly early on and wasn't able to get restarted. And Elwood commandingly now takes 5th place as Travis Beckner fights the afterburners and begins to sprint away here.
Yep, Beckner taking the white flag and into 3 and 4 for the final time. Going to rip the top once more. He's going to come away from Heat 4 as the winner with Okrezik 2nd, Zelli 3rd, and Richard Thomas in the final transfer spot 4th.
And that will eliminate Elwood, Swan, and Jacob Bell in Heat 4, presented by Roderick Racing Development. This evening's event is also brought to you by Blue Tip Pools. Thanks to Blue Tip Pools for helping us out here this evening, and the Doppler Durham Photography and Weather Company, as well as Loctite, for bringing us the Area Drive for Dreams tonight here on SimTV. And next race, this is going to be our LCQ, which we will indeed get. Now, am I correct in this, Hunter, that only 1 driver will advance?
I
think that's
so.
That's what it said on the iRacing UI. But again, it's always confusing to me how it works. Admittedly, I didn't grow up around dirt. I've been dirt a handful of times, but the formats can get quite convoluted. But this race is brought to you by Sunny South Raceway. This will be our final, you could call it a heat, our LCQ, Sunny South Raceway. And this will give all those that were eliminated earlier a new lease on life, including Jake Nichols, who will again start from the pointy end, but he's going to have to run the first opening lap or 2 better than he did his heat.
Well, I've just been told that the LCQ, actually the top 8 transfer from the LCQ, good. So it's not just 1.
I was going to say.
And the other 12 are.
It didn't sound right to me. So that would leave currently, well, of the 13 entrants, that would mean that 5 would go home. Currently Nowicki, McDougall, Roderick, Bell, and Martin. They will have to race it out in this 10-lap race. Remember, caution laps do not count. We have not had a single yellow flag so far, but the potential is always there. Ace trucks off. Jake Nichols and Reed Gary in the outside. That's that Dunder Mifflin car. Green flag. And the LCQ presented by Sunny South Raceway is underway.
Much better start there for the 73 and Nichols. Gary on the outside, and they're already colliding off turn 2. Oh my goodness, what a massive almost incident there for Hearn.
This is wild. 3 wide. Look at Ryan Swan up the outside. He wants in.
Yeah, didn't have a good heat last heat by, and Dawson Miller's actually in the grass. Might have hit one of those tires, and oh boy, that is not a good sign.
No, he lost his own tire as well, so that's going to go for a ride. All the while, for 5th place, Steve Durham is on fierce defense here because he's got Nico Garcia and Ryan Swan right behind him, and then 41 is the last transfer driver in. But Jordan Martin's here with a big head of steam.
Jordan Martin going to look to the outside of Nico Garcia once again for that final transfer spot. 7 laps to go. Going to send it on the outside. Garcia up. Martin low. Here comes Jordan Martin. Ryan Swan spins off turn 2. That might bring out a caution, and it will.
It does. Spin for Ryan Swan. Now, he's had a handful of internet issues tonight, but let's see if we can find what happened. No, just gets loose up underneath somebody there and went around for a loop.
Might have been Steve Durham?
Yes, it was the 9.
Yes.
We'll get a little bit of a reset here with 7 laps to go in the consolation.
Yeah, I think Dawson Miller is out as well as AJ Roderick. Don't see them on. And we already saw what happened to Miller. He looks like he hit the tire on the bottom of 1 and 2, and then one of his own tires came off, so he had 2 loose tires. But Roderick definitely out. Miller looks like he'll be out as well. So it's just Swan and, well, actually, the leaderboard's changing.
Yeah, it's shuffling around a little bit because I think they're running side by side at the moment. But again, 8 transfer in, so Jordan Martin on up would be in at the moment. I think what's not helping is Swan's blinking is throwing the scoring off a little bit as well. Remember, folks, if you're watching on YouTube or on twitch.tv/area iRacing, you can participate in the donations benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation, just $80 away from their all-time record at $1,305. Scan the QR code or use the link in the chat to work towards that goal here by the end of the evening. Race truck peels off. You know, when they do dirt races like this, now I finally know why they use only the camera on the front straightaway. It's because it's very disorienting to go anywhere else. Here we go, green flag. Jake Nichols is off and away.
Great jump from Nichols. Elwood up to 2nd. Reed Gary falling back to 3rd, but he's got Cameron Hearn behind. Durham in 5th on the bottom, and then Hunter McDougall 6th. Jordan Martin is in 7th right now in that 8th spot up for grabs with Nico Garcia holding it. But up front, here comes Elwood looking to take 2nd away back from Gary.
Yeah, it's getting really wild. Elwood's on the bottom of the racetrack on the apron. Spin behind him. That was Nico Garcia, and he's got big-time damage on the front of that 41.
I saw another wheel fly off. It might have been from his car or from the white car. I'll have to take a look at the SimRep Market replay here. And oh, yep, it did come from his car.
Yeah,
looked like it.
I think it did. It folded up underneath his car. But Nico Garcia's night is over. Another one bites the dust here in the LCQ. Got 2 laps out of the way, 5 to go. It will be 4 upon the restart. And Alan Elwood is putting the pressure on Jake Nichols.
Yeah, indeed. He had a good shot to the inside, but not enough to get alongside of 73 in the middle of the turn and get that strong run on corner exit. But he's putting up a fight with him nonetheless, which is all you can ask for, and especially after his qualifying effort and didn't make it in the heat that he ran. Gonna be a little confidence booster. Hey, I can run with Jake Nichols. All right, this is pretty good on the dirt side of things. Then Reed Gary, Cameron Hearn, Steve Durham, Hunter McDougall, Jordan Martin, and Jacob Bell all inside that top 8 that transfer into the main event, which is 50 laps. So Ryan Swan and Ryan Nowicki, along with Garcia, Miller, and Roderick all on the outside looking in, but Roderick is out and Miller is back out on track, only 2 laps down from what it seems.
Well, 2 laps down, but only 4 to go at the restart. There's not a lot of chance for redemption now, is there?
They got enough people to hit that inside tire. He might have a shot.
So Jake Nichols is going to drag the field up to the high side here in that Solar Flare Chevrolet. The pace truck's going to peel off as we head off into turn number 3. And we'll have 4 laps to go. Everyone from Bell on up, the ticker is safe for now. Green flag, Nichols off and away.
Great restart from Nichols, Elwood, Gary, Hearn, all side by side. As actually Elwood's in front of this, but Gary going to take it to the outside of Hearn, looking for third. They're going to be 3 wide now in the middle of 3 and 4, and even in the back, they're still shuffling up.
Keep it straight, boys, because you're in right now. 4 laps to go. 3 now as, big slide from Hearn up the racetrack. Jordan Martin, Jacob Bell, Ryan Swan is about half a second back from that, so the transfer spots look fairly certain. 2 to go now as Elwood closes in. Gary chucked it down there onto the apron.
He sure did chuck it underneath the 10 of Elwood, but to no avail as Elwood runs close to the 73 of Jake Nichols. They're coming to the white flag. Jacob Bell holds on to that final transfer spot, but Ryan Swan hot on his tails.
He's right there. White flag here in the Sunny South Raceway LCQ. The top 8 advance. Swan slips. Checkered flag for Nichols and Elwood side by side out of turn 4. Nichols, Elwood, Gary, Hearn, Durham, Martin,
Oh,
McDougal,
Jacob Bell hard into the wall.
and Bell.
Or actually, no, that is that who is
Nowicki.
that? It's a white
That's
car.
Ryan
Nowicki.
Nowicki, yeah.
My goodness, the sheet metal was flying off that machine. Oh, he just sent it in for all he could get, and all I saw was a white car with sheet metal flying off. I didn't know if Ryan Swan sent a Louisiana dive bomb underneath Jacob Bell, but that was not the case.
Got an anonymous donation for $10, eking us a little bit closer to that goal of $1,305, benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It is warm-up time. It's like you set the zombies free in the Call of Duty map. Look at them all leave the spawn point there at the center of the infield. Just a warm-up period here before we go racing in the Drive for Dreams for the area series here in 2024. Big thanks again to Florida State Builders, Blue Tip Pools, Doppler Durham Photography and Weather, and Loctite for being a part of this. Of course, the feature race is brought to you by Roderick Racing Development, New Image Interiors, Rabel Construction, and Elwood Designs. More on them later. Get your laps in here, Hunter. Get your practice.
Oh yeah, any lap you can get is an advantage nonetheless, rather than just sitting back and watching. Just fun and all.
50 laps is going to go by pretty quick, I imagine, but I also think the potential for yellows that will effectively pause the race in its tracks are also higher now that you got a much larger field. As we wait to go racing here tonight. And your regular schedule returns next week to SimTV with a couple additional things. Sunday, we've got a brand new series, Velocity Online Racing, racing the Super Formula cars at Road America. That'll be on Sunday afternoon. And then on Monday, the Full Send Sim Spec Miata series returns to SimTV right before the Area Cup race. Roderick Racing Development donated $100, and a new goal for next year will be more than last, $1,327. Thank you so much to Roderick Racing Development for putting us over the goal, Hunter. So we've reached it and surpassed it.
Sure did, and that's all you can ask for at this point is to just, build that number up, because each year we do this, we try to set a bar and try to break that bar for the next year and just try to build up on that.
Well, that is excellent stuff. Big thanks again to all who have donated. And don't stop now. Let's keep that bar overflowing here as we get now down to the race. The 2023 Drive for Dreams in the first week of 2024. And heading down to the racetrack to get things started, the competitors will be 24 deep, starting with Jordan LaFon, who won the first heat race, all the way down to Jacob Bell. And, of course, this race is brought to you by Roderick Racing Development. Thanks again. New Image Interiors, Rabel Construction, and Elwood Designs. See them rotating in the top right of the screen. Thanks for partnering and sponsoring the Area Drive for Dreams. Cars rolling off now, Hunter. Now, if this race were to go completely green with no yellows, guess how long this race would take?
I want to say 10 minutes.
Yeah, 12:23, give or take. Pretty good guess.
Sweet.
But who knows what we're going to get as far as yellow flags go tonight. Caution laps do not count. And we've got a couple dirt regulars up at the front. Jordan Lafont. Well, here we go. 4 wide pace lap, by the way. This is always a sight to behold. How about that?
You already know. You already know the drivers are ready to go at it in none other than the dirt track at Charlotte.
High, wide, and handsome. You bought the whole seat. You'll only use the edge. What's that old?
You wanted the best, you got him for abreast, often imitated, never duplicated. It's Area iRacing at the dirt track in Charlotte. Woo! 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 Woo!
That's it. Now we just need fireworks to complete the mission. What a sight. Wow. Look at that. Field formation. 6 rows of 4 abreast for the Drive for Dreams. Nicely done, everybody. I'm going to get resorted here before we turn them loose. And it's calm before the storm. 50 laps in the Area Drive for Dreams. We've met the goal, we've surpassed the goal, but continue to donate using that QR code in the bottom right. Big thanks again to Roderick Racing Development, New Image Interiors, Rabel Construction, and Elwood Designs. This race, $70 to win, $20 to finish second, $10 to finish in third. Podium spots.
I've contributed into trying to one-up the goal for next year.
Man. New top donation from our very own Hunter Sleppy.
Yeah, I love being on top.
How about that?
Great feeling.
Thanks, Hunter. And with now the goal surpassed by over $200, keep it going. 50 laps in the Drive for Dreams for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Pace truck will be peeling off next time by. Jordan Lafont out front.
Yeah, a couple of new faces here in the area scene. Not too far back. You got JT Poole, Travis Beckner, Robertson, Jake Matheson. Those we're familiar with from a week-to-week basis. But a couple of new names: Jordan Lafont, Tyson Banks, looking to bring home $70 as the winner of this main event.
Off into turn 3. 50 laps from now, we'll declare a winner. But it's 24 cars deep, all in the name of benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation here at the Charlotte Dirt Track. Green flag, and we're racing in the Drive for Dreams.
Boy, look at these guys. Rip the top. Beckner all over the bumper for second place, already trying to go at it.
Just like he did in the heat race, he was on fire, 3 abreast on the outside. Look at him work the wheel.
Trying to rip that outside lane. Him and Jake Matheson looking to go one way, and that is to the front. Already went through Tyson Banks. Beckner trying to take the lead away. Not going to be enough, though, as they're 3 wide all over the place behind him.
Yeah, this is getting frantic here midfield. Everybody, they're going to wear this track out very quickly. It's still pretty green. Spin middle of the field.
Massive
Big
wreck.
crash.
Oh, my gosh.
Zenesak almost up and over. We stay green. Everyone straightens back out. Cars sailing. Brad Slaughter Jr., everybody everywhere. Caution.
It is pandemonium in turn 3, and no surprise the caution is out. You just couldn't continue when that was going on. Oh my gosh. That happened up front, somewhere around 5th or 6th place. Someone got sideways in the middle of the track.
So it started with, what car is that? The
A bright yellow car.
That's Michael Blessing. Here's what happened. And Robertson's going to tag him around here. Spins middle of the field. Gets hit by Zenesak. Who almost goes up and over. Then Brad Slaughter trying to avoid the tires there. Back across the road. And then I think it was the 44 of Steven Stefanski that ended up sideways long enough to trigger the yellow.
Yeah, Stefanski was the one that plowed into Zenesak and then hit that tire.
Oh, man. Michael Blessing's night is over 5 laps in. That car is destroyed too. That's Stefanski.
Richard, I think, is that Richard Thomas, 37, who was also a part of that?
Yes, and he's also in the same stall there. through all that, Travis Beckner somehow is your leader. Actually, let's go back and see what happened precisely at the time when these were right to the bottom. He slid job the 144 as that caution was happening, and managed to steal it just in time as the 144 went back by him. That was pretty wild, but Beckner is your leader.
Yeah, Beckner only one mission, and that is to get to the front. Got that. Now he's going to have to try and defend Jordan LaFon and even Jake Matheson, because him and Matheson were kind of a two-car tango, and even though that's not a term in dirt racing, it's essentially what it was, because they were just slingshot engaged and just bruising on that outside lane.
Yeah, 3 drivers out. Thomas, Stefanski, Blessing. 21 remain. Jake Nichols dead last after starting on pole earlier tonight. Oh, a little contact there midfield. The 747 and Tyson Banks shuffling the 51 out of the way. Green flag, and a little bit of confusion and contusion back there in the field.
Yeah, interesting there as the 747 of Tyson Banks going to have to work his way back. Oh, he's in the wall, actually. Just falling like a rock. Going to have to try and get something to get going his way.
Yeah, I think Springer helped him. More contact in the background. Chasing the car up the hill. Look at Springer. He's rebounded.
Him and Jordan Martin were going at it, and Ricky Springer, as mentioned, always on the move. 3 wide up front. Here comes Tyson Banks trying to clear up, and he's going to do just that. Going to have a little bump going in the turn there. The Banks trying to make the climb back to the front.
Yeah, noticing some drivers starting to sneak up to the outside lane. Senesek sideways. 52 splits the difference. Through the middle goes Carter Coop.
Ooh, yeah. Carter Coop knows a thing or two about racing here on the dirt. Real-life dirt racer. Actually raced at the Bristol Dirt Track in real life, so cool to see him do that. And caution's actually back out.
Yeah. Saw Brad Slaughter Jr. turned around. Curious to see what happened here. Let's have a look. Might have been back a lap too far here. Let's just see. Yeah, he was racing around the 17 of Jordan Martin, and then just ahead of Alan Elwood in the 10. This is the lap prior. And it's going to get tagged around there by the 10 of Elwood, and then the 264. That's all that was.
Yeah, a little accordion effect there where the Ada Slaughter was just in the middle of that accordion. Nothing he could do about it, but brings the field back together, and going to be interesting seeing Beckner and Matheson now side by side instead of one in front of the other.
Yeah, Matheson was creeping forward there in that whole exchange, so that was interesting to watch. Here's a look at JT Poole, currently running 4th. We haven't really seen a ton from him in this feature yet, but he's lingering right in the right spot with the 3 ahead of him have been kind of the class of the field. Could they get together and tear some things up? Absolutely.
Yep, and only the first 3 positions pay out. 70 to the winner, 20 to the second, and then $10 to third place. We could get you about maybe a McDouble or a McChicken in today's economy, but we'll have to see where that. We'll have to see who gets those final 3 spots. First 3 spots. As Eric Weiland has contributed, and he's disappeared. But
he's
thank
there.
you for your donation, Eric.
Oh, he's there. There he is. Thanks for your donation, Eric. $25 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Thanks, Eric. Big old thumbs up, like the hat on him too. He's got the area area iRacing hat. Green flag back in the air here, lap 15 of 50. Matheson right to the bottom. He's going to try to slide job Beckner, but Beckner will not take it.
Oh, and the problem with doing that is the outside lane gets that run. Poole now going to try and slide up in front of Matheson there, and LaFon going to try and take 3rd away. You're just going to tuck back in line as the field rolls down the front stretch.
Yeah, lots of action at the moment. The 56 tried to slide the 28 again. Will not work out this time. And here comes Jordan LaFon, the orange car to the bottom. JT looking to hang on to 2nd. He will do so.
Oh my goodness, tight for that 3rd place spot. Then even on back, 3 wide. Jake Nichols on the outside of Senesek. You got Jacob Bell, Brad Slaughter in there, Jordan Martin. A lot of guys mixing it up. Here comes the Dunder Mifflin machine.
Who don't you have in that field? Oh, contact there with 52. Alan Elwood and Carter Coop collide.
Elwood and Coop going at it.
out of turn 2. Beckner leads by half a second, and he's not slowing down. He's got command of this for the moment. 3 wide with the 1 in the middle, Hunter McDougall.
Trying to make that middle lane work. That's like a happy medium for those guys. Everyone wants to be on the outside, but no one wants to be on the bottom unless you're trying to send it to make a pass. But the middle is kind of, well, it's in the middle. It's not good, not bad, but it's somewhat manageable as we're looking through Slaughter and Senesac there on the outside, trying to follow the tire tracks of Jake Nichols.
Closing in on the halfway point of this race, and Travis Beckner has just set a lonely lead. Look at him out front, dominating this for
Oh my
now.
God, they're 3 wide behind him. Oh, they were 3 wide in the middle of 3 and 4 there. Poole, Matheson, LaFon, and Zelli as you fit those 5 cars in a blanket with Tyson Banks getting in the mix of this as well.
Yeah, the 747, that's that green numbered car entering the shot here. Everyone's starting to trend up to the high side. That's where the grip is going. Leaning on the cushion. Look at the 26 squeeze up there. Jordan LaFon tried to jam himself ahead of the 56. I think he's done so.
Yeah, Jordan LaFon getting around Matheson. That's McChicken money on the line there for those two. And, oh, Matheson in the wall, actually. Going to bounce off that wall with Roselli. And Tyson Banks looks like he's got a problem as he might have made contact with the wall as well.
Yeah, he's got damaged suspension, so that'll be the end of his night, unfortunately. Had a really good pace there in the middle of that run. JT Poole, Jordan LaFon battled for second here. Jordan drops to the inside.
LaFon not going to have the run off the map. Going to have a strong enough time to get close to the bumper of LaFon. And Roselli now moves up to the 5th spot. Okresic, Springer, Slade, Elwood, and Gary round out the top 10.
Singling out now. Laps are going to click away very quickly. Paying spot that LaFon's got. Matheson wants it back and bring in Anthony Roselli in the 07. He's that white car on board with him now.
Roselli going to try and send it down low, trying to make a pass on the 56 of Matheson. Nope, not going to be enough, so he's got to tuck back in line and get closed on up. Okresic trying to do the same, trying to get closer to that top 5 and mix it up for some money as Poole holds on to second, and then LaFon looking to the inside now, still trying to find a way around Poole. He might have it here. Poole's going to cross over LaFon going into turn 1.
LaPoole down to the inside. Here he goes again. Crossover, slide jump, slide over, slide under. Here comes the 144. He's through to second.
Oh, Matheson. Oh, he's going to turn Poole. Poole sideways at the turn. He holds on the 3rd. Matheson holds on the 4th, but here comes Okresic right behind Roselli.
Wow, that got violent there for a moment. JT's got his focus face on, trying to cling to a paying position as Matheson launches the assault from the rear.
McChicken money on the line for 3rd place here. Matheson wants it, Poole wants it, Roselli wants it, and Okresic trying to get close enough to get himself into the mix, but up front, Travis Beckner over 2 seconds in front of Jordan LaFon.
Yeah, Beckner has just set a fervent pace. I don't think anybody's going to be able to run him down without a yellow flag. Still 20 laps to go, but it's only 5 minutes worth of race time here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And there's a battle even deeper. Ed Robertson, Brad Slaughter Jr. This is a battle for 15th place, banging fenders.
Every spot on the line, even if it's not for money, it's for pride and joy and just having a good old time, and that's what these guys are doing right here. Slaughter, Robertson, 15th, 16th. And
Robertson!
Oh, Robertson, big moment there.
Up the hill for 4th place. Matheson, Roselli, here's Okresic into the picture.
Roselli trying to throw his hat into the mix. Okresic is caught up with this group, looking to probably take away 3rd as Roselli can't clear off 2. Poole takes the spot back, and Roselli in the 4th.
Okresic's looking pretty quick right now. Last time by was 2/10 quicker than everybody in front of him. But does he have the racetrack? They're all stacking up behind the 26.
Yeah, that's the problem when the outside lane is the way to go, because that's what he used to get up there. Now, no one's going to run into 3 and 4. Might have a lane here on the outside of Matheson, although it's not going to go. It's going to close up.
Yeah, Poole's going to lose a spot here to Roselli, who just absolutely threw the biggest slider. Here comes JT up the middle.
Beating and banging through the middle, taking back that 3rd spot. Him and Matheson slide up. Here comes Roselli and Okresic looking to take away spots from both guys. Roselli now into 3rd, Poole to 4th, Okresic trying to take 4th away up to 5th, and back in 6th is Jake Matheson.
I'll tell you, Okresic is the car to watch right now. Poole's going to lose this spot here. Okresic takes 4th. And only one more spot to get into a paying position to the bottom of Roselli in turn 3.
Gonna have to take his time in. He's got a card to the inside of him. That's JT Poole. It's very tight there on the front stretch going into turn one. Okrezik fighting for everything he's got for that $10 on the line.
I got the track backwards again. Turn 4. They should make him different shapes. The road courses figured that out a long time ago. Here comes Okrezik to the bottom. He's got third and pinches off Roselli. The 07 drops to fourth.
Okrezik now moves up to third, and Poole and Matheson back fighting for fifth spot. A little further back, you see the 09 of Senesac, the 64 of Ed Robertson, the 8 of Slaughter, 14, 15, 16, all running it out. And there you saw the 77 of Jacob Bell. These guys are actually a lap down because Travis Beckner, he's just that quick. He's been logging in these laps. It's still just under 3 seconds between himself and Jordan Lafon, but he's been pulling away from these guys.
He's got the fastest lap by far. 15:3:39. That's about a half a tenth quicker than everybody else on the racetrack at any point tonight. As the track is getting slower and slower, about a half second slower than it was at the drop of the green. Here's Matheson, who's fallen now down to 6th, and Rafe Slate just behind.
Yeah, Rafe Slate, the second charity event winner, running in 7th, having a strong showing. But back up front, you see the Roselli machine trying to go underneath Okrezik, trying to take the spot away. This is for third place. Big chicken money on the line, $10 here. That's the price of a McChicken nowadays, but he's got to try and reel it back in with 7 more to go.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to get there, though. That 14's looking pretty good. He was actually quicker than the leader by 1/1000th last time by. That's not going to... Oh, caution. Robertson.
Oh, boy.
That changes everything, doesn't it?
Well, it sure does. It's going to bunch everyone back up, and we're going to see some chaotic restarts here. Looks like contact with him and Slaughter. Yeah, off turn 2, and then the 64 spinning around, and we're going to have ourselves at least one more restart at this, and 6 more laps for Travis Beckner to try and hold off for $70.
Yeah, he has been the dominant force of this race and had that race effectively won. So now it's going to give Jordan Lafon, Connor Okrezik, and Roselli one shot to throw everything at the fence and see if something will stick.
I think Bryce Senesac is the free pass car.
Sounds right to me. He'll do his wave around now. Of course, this race again brought to you by Roderick Racing Development, New Image Interiors, Rabel Construction, and Elwood Designs. If you'd like to participate in the fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, you can scan that QR code or click the link in the chat to donate. While we have met the goal, which is the previous record here, we're trying to reset the record for next year's race. So continue to donate and benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now what? If you're Travis Beckner, how do you defend this?
Very interesting. I would probably just try to go faster than the guys in front of me, try to get a better launch into the turn, because saw that in the first tee, very first tee. Jake Nichols, probably one of the best to ever do it in the area, did not get a good start and fell all the way down to 6th in his heat. So we'll have to see what Beckner does here.
Here we go, green flag, 3 to go in the Drive for Dreams. Beckner launches away. Look at that, 4 wide for a moment. That was tight.
My gosh, yeah, that is extremely tight with 3 laps left on the line. $10, $20, $70. It's all up for grabs as Okrezik holds on the 3rd, but here comes Roselli.
Oh, contact there. JT Poole's in the middle of it. That was contact from the 51 of Ricky Springer. 3 wide out of turn 2. That's not going to work for very long. Rafe Slate trying to sneak up into the top 5 as we're 2 to go, coming to 1.
Yep, white flag in here one final time around the dirt track in Charlotte. No yellow here as Beckner looking to bring home the money, but Jordan Lafon going to send it on the inside. Okrezik up to 3rd. Here we go, final turn. Travis Beckner looks like he's going to have enough to hang on. Travis Beckner wins the Drive for Dreams at the dirt track in Charlotte.
Hangs on and dominated that race of the 50. He led 48. That was a dominant performance.
Yeah,
He's still
he
driving.
made his intentions clear.
Yeah.
His intentions clear from the opening restart when he was ripping it on that outside. Got to that lead when the caution just came out. Oh, and the little celebratory crash there with teammate Jake Matheson over there. And
broke the steering. I don't think he can do burnouts anymore. Anyway, let's have a look at our race results here before we'll talk to your winner. in the Drive for Dreams. Thanks to all who donated. You can still donate with that QR code at the bottom right of the screen. Here's a look at your race results. It's Travis Beckner, and by a lot. He led 48 laps of the 50 that we had tonight. Jordan Lafon, Okrezik, Anthony Roselli, Jake Matheson, your top 5. And not a lot of changes or upset moments there in the last couple laps. I think everyone that was running in the top 5 stayed in the top 5.
Indeed, and Poole, Slate, Springer, Nichols, Jordan Martin, some of those guys getting into the top 10 at the late going. Nichols and Martin, a couple of those guys, and you got those that are just outside the top 10. Allen Elwood put up a good fight. Carter Coop as well. Reed Gary was inside the top 10 and lost a few spots there at the very end. Senesac, Robertson, Bell, Blessing, Slaughter, McDougal, Hearn inside the top 20.
And then wrapping up the rest of the field here, Tyson Banks, Steve Durham, Steven Stefanski, and Richard Thomas bring up the rear of the field. But that was a frantic race, Hunter. But I have to say, there was, especially with JT there towards the end, there were some really good crossovers and moves and things happening. That was super fun to watch.
Yeah, this is it's a first for me here at the Charlotte Dirt Track. I haven't seen any race in person or in the sim, but put on a pretty good show tonight, and all for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, all for a good cause, and can't wait to do it again next year.
Well, let's talk with our third place finisher. That was Connor Okrezik, who brings it home in position number 3. Connor, that was a frantic race that happens quick here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. You managed to sneak through, drive through the field in the last half of the race. We had our eyes on you, getting past JT Poole, Jake Matheson, and then Roselli there in the closing moments. Take us through your race and that charge through on that final restart.
Oh yeah, started 8th, so I mean we started pretty decent. I got up to about 6th early and then shuffled back a little bit just because I got stuck on the inside, and then found a line, found some grip, started going through the field. I mean, just felt real solid the whole race. Thought I could have something for the front 2. We were right there, just didn't have enough laps to maybe put up as much of a fight as I would have wished.
It seemed like the track got slower, about a half a second slow over the course of the night. How much did the line change? It was a pretty short race, all things considered, but there was a lot of cars out there. So how much did you have to hunt for grip, or was it just kind of everywhere you needed it?
Oh, you definitely had to hunt for grip a lot. I changed lines 4, 5, 6 times during the race, just searching for something, see if I could find something. I mean, this track just constantly changes with the mini cars as we have on it. It got real slick on the top and 1 and 2 at the end there, and got real slick everywhere but the top, and 3 and 4 at the end, but it was the complete opposite at the beginning of the race.
Well, Connor, congratulations, P3. You got $10. What's the plan with that $10?
Oh, I'll definitely donate that. It's for a good cause, without a doubt in my mind. It's a charity event for a good cause. Just like to thank everybody for putting it on, and looks like you've raised a lot of money so far.
Yeah, the total $1,552, nearly $200 better than last season. Connor, congratulations, and thanks a lot for your participation tonight.
Oh, anytime.
All right, we'll move on now to Jordan Lafon. Jordan finished second in that race in the number 144. Started on pole for this, ended up in as low as 4th, but as high as the lead. Ended up finishing second. Jordan, tonight was a pretty solid race for you, but just couldn't quite run down Travis there in the closing laps. Take us through the 50-lap dash here at the Dirt Track at Charlotte.
Man, I was just hanging out down there in that the broadcast stage in the room talking to these other guys, and Charlotte is one of the tracks on here that I do not like starting on the pole. I don't know what it is about this place, but anytime I start on the pole, 9 times out of 10, we don't finish there. And unfortunately tonight, man, he got out front and he basically checked out. It wasn't until about 10 to go that caution came out, closed us all back up. But man, hats off to Travis, man. He was the car to beat out there tonight.
He certainly was. But hey, Jordan, thanks so much for your participation in that tonight. $1,552 raised for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So appreciate you being here. And you got $20. So enjoy that.
Man, that's awesome. Why don't you guys just go ahead and take that $20 and put it towards the old charity event tonight, man.
That's awesome, Jordan. Thanks so much. Congratulations on a P2. Job well done.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You as well. Thank you. And Travis Beckner made that look easy. Travis, 48 of the 50 laps. You led tonight. Congratulations. Dominated that race, made it look almost easy. Although every time I looked over, you were focused in on the windshield and just driving away. Take us through your evening, Travis.
Yeah, I heard that we were doing the late models instead of the street stock this time around. And I was like, man, I can't wait to go out there and win this. I had so much confidence going into this. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was like, man, as soon as that caution came out, I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna be good. I thought I was gonna lose it right there as soon as that caution came out. So I was nervous. I was a nervous wreck right there on that last restart.
Yeah, so the confidence, tell me about that, because we could see it in the way that you were driving, where you were placing the car. What makes you so comfortable in these cars versus everybody else?
I know I do well on the oval side of things, but I'm more of a dirt driver than I am oval. So if this is where you've been seeing me a lot, if anybody has on iRacing, it's driving super late models, pro late model sprint cars, all of that. But I've been driving a little bit of oval stuff as well. But yeah, I mean it helps out with the dirt background. With flagging at my local dirt track, and every once in a while going out in a car out there on a practice night and just having fun. So,
well, Travis, congratulations on that. $70 richer, and by the way, $1,552 raised for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. New record here for area.
Yeah, before I go, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Calusa Pines Landscaping, Celsius, Area Shop, Alien Gear Holster, Hookit Films, everybody at Miller Racing and Low Dollar Racing. Y'all taking the time out of your day to come broadcast this, because I hope y'all had a good time broadcasting. It was a quick one, and thank you to everybody that ended up donating to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in this tonight. It couldn't have been possible without any of y'all helping out, and hopefully next year we get more people to come out and run this.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a long time since we've done dirt here on SimTV. I think the last dirt race we did was this event last season. So it's always a fun time to do something a little different, Travis. But congratulations on winning this one, and thanks for your participation, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. I'll see y'all next week at Darlington.
We'll see you there, Lady in Black. All right, Hunter, wrapping things up here from the dirt track at Charlotte. This was a fun event. We don't get to do dirt a lot, and when we get to do it, it's always fun when you spend most of the night racing under green.
Absolutely. Not too many yellows in this. A lot of good, hard, clean racing for the most part. Had some side-by-side fender banging action, but like they say, rubbing is racing, and we only do this once a year, and it's all for a good cause. And that's that total from a season ago at $1,552 raised. And like Travis said, we're going to be back at the Lady in Black for area on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Yeah, more coming your way on SimTV. Thanks so much to all who donated, and thanks to the drivers in the league for putting this event on. $1,552 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next week here on SimTV. Kyle Heyer with Hunter Sleppy. See you next time.